premier top high school prospects here in South Carolina. And on top of that, he got Clemson, he got North Carolina, he got Duke, Kentucky. All those teams want him to come. But what kind of big win this would be if he can get Zion Williamson on top of Ryan Bowen and plus all the other athletes that he probably be recruiting to come to USC for next year.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying he was Clemson about a week ago. Now, with Bowen coming, maybe a little bit more up in the air. So
Drake got a jersey of his. Like OVO might try to sign him at this point.
Yeah, I mean, and it's gonna be great to see them get people that can get their own shots. Because that's their problem right now. They got a really good system, but you got to have at least one or two people that get their own shots like Sindari.
Yeah. I can see Zion like a mini Shaq going to NBA.
Hey, that big dude can move now. I ain't gonna lie. You see him. You
see him flying up in the air right there?
Yeah, he's more like Barkley in his prime, I think. Get up and down the floor.
Yeah. But we'll see January 20th. That'll be the decision day for Zion Williamson, as we all be looking forward to see what he will pick. And of course, the Walk-Ons will cover that on Tuesday. So basically, tune in next Tuesday as we discuss our feelings about what he decides to go to on Tuesday night. And Allen University. Saturday night. There you go. My bad. Thank you, Bobby.
We'll recap it to you.
One of these days.
One of these days. It's the messing, guys. I got better, though. In Columbia, South Carolina, here at Allen University, we are bringing football back. Some of y'all don't know, Allen University is one of the premier HBCU schools here in South Carolina, and they've been without a football team for about 10 years. And now they are bringing football back, and they hired head coach Keaton. He's from Alabama, and he'll be bringing back football for Allen University. That'll be, like I said, the first time since 2007 having a football team here for the HBCU school.
Are they going to share the stadium with Benedict?
I believe so. They're still trying to work things out, but they ain't got much time. I know that for a fact. Time is ticking, but if y'all remember, we had Coach Holloway here. He's the wrestling coach. That's going strong. I was there this past weekend, and they came out victorious 1 out of 2 days, so they're doing good over there. Basketball, they won some championships back in 2016. Track is pretty much one of their premier track teams at HBCU here in South Carolina. So there's some good things going on for Allen University so far. So hopefully football can turn around.
A lot of teams have a cross-town rival, a cross-state rival. How about a cross-the-street rival?
Yeah,
literally. Interesting when you get the Benedict and Allen together in football for the first time.
Literally across the street. Like, pretend this is Benedict, this is Allen. All you got to do is go across the street. That's the cross-street rival. So
I'm sure it'll make for good tradition.
It would make a tradition, and I feel good for Allen. I know when I was in high school, Allen wasn't all that. Believe me, I know. But now, good things are not coming, and they got Under Armour jerseys for the basketball team.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all right. That's Under Armour coming up too, though.
Yeah.
Under Armour's coming up. They I don't know. Some people say they really want those Nike scholarships for recruitment. I mean, those Nike endorsements for recruitment. But I think Under Armour's coming through. Under Armour's.
Look, congratulations to they needed it though.
Yeah, they say Nike apparel might get some other recruits like that.
But I will say though, one of those colleges do have Russell athletic jerseys. No comment. But if y'all feel like
Steph Curry. I mean, the image of Under Armour is coming up with Steph Curry and some of the guys like that. Yeah, it's not what it was 5-10 years ago. It's coming on.
In Clemson Town, defensive end, Mr. Wilkins is coming back.
The whole D-line is coming back.
Yeah, that's man. Now I used to play defensive line back in high school and college, and just having your whole game there for a full 4 years is awesome. Yeah, I know how you believe me, because to have your whole brothers there and to continue and all Americans and they just juniors and one senior and whatnot, that's a big deal for Clemson.
Wow. 6 out of 7 of the front 7, only losing Dorian O'Daniel. 8 out of the starting 11 will be back. So should be strong on defense.
Yeah, we'll 8 return starters on defense.
Quarterback position, that might be a little bit more of a battle.
Yeah, I thought actually I'll be real. I thought it was fishy at first. I'll be real. I thought it was fishy at first. Fishy. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was fishy. Right, but I'm starting to see there's another what is there? There's another top draft pick is also coming back to college.
The running back from Stanford.
Absolutely, right. Bryce Love decided to come back. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm gonna slow down on that. But I'm just saying.
I mean, I think it's the way the draft
is. If this is your last chance to pick where you want to live and play, after this you could be drafted. Seattle, Buffalo. You don't know where you're going.
Absolutely, I trade like
I didn't know about one
$1 million contract for a year of college. Absolutely, right? That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's nothing can be wrong with that, right? Nothing can be weird about that.
What, going to Cleveland?
Money change.
Right, tell them again.
It didn't happen.
Please.
I'm saying it didn't, right?
Of course not.
Right? No.
Reckless allegations over here.
That's right. Allegedly.
Marcus thinks too far into it.
No.
Hold the line. No, NFL.
I didn't say that, but I just saw the argument on William Bush Twitter, and he retweeted somebody, one of our UFC fans, my bad guys, but he was saying that reason why some of these guys are staying because they're getting paid or something fishy going on.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, I didn't say that.
No lies.
I gotta say
maybe that didn't happen.
I gotta say, go to Quacky Bush Twitter page and see his replies.
That's what I'm talking about.
And last but not least, there was a scuffle last night in L.A. as the Watkins came to town to take on.
Trevor Ariza wanted all the smoke last night. Anyone who would take it. That's it. He wanted it all. Him and Gerald agreed.
Yeah.
Thought.
But again,
I'm gonna cover that later.
It's all about.
I got more for that.
Yeah, it's all about returning home and trying to start some guys. But it all worked out really better. Coming up, we got Corey Boyd, former UFC running back. He'll be on our table as we talk about CB Athletics. So stay tuned right here on the Walk-Ons.
Yes, sir. Chris Paul found the back door.
The fastest growing music app in the US.
Trevor and Joe.
We connect you to all of your favorite music and radio stations in one free app. And this fall,
make sure we get some,
prepare to take control of how you listen to the radio.
You gonna leave, man.
Replay. That song on your radio you just can't hear enough? Immediately replay and sing along again. Save the music you love on the radio directly to your playlist.
Yep.
Search for and play any song.
I'm just saying, though, man.
We got CB3.
CB3. CB3.
There's people relocating cities for a $40,000 job.
Introducing iHeartRadio Plus and iHeartRadio All Access. Your radio.
Show me some proof.
What's up, family?
I know, what's the receipt?
AKA the Bro Man Podcast. Major announcement, family. The Ox Show is moving to the free Thank You
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Oh,
Streaming,
check Mike.
downloads, Facebook
Yes,
Live, YouTube, it's everywhere. Guess what? See y'all. Peace.
Show number 2.
Yeah, subscribe. I think Dick Gregory's nephew. It's also a comedian. Dick Gregory is like a comedian.
I saw him on that. I saw the show there.
Hi, everybody. My name is Krista Dickerson. Make sure you tune into the Walk-Ons on freethinkersradio.com.
Let's rock and roll. Y'all ready to rock? Yeah. Welcome back to the Walk-Ons. Make sure, once again, you follow us on all of our social media on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitch, all that stuff that's on the side of our cameras there. Make sure you go ahead and follow us on those type of platforms, and then follow us on our website at www.freethinkersradio.com. And throughout the show tonight, make sure you comment. Make sure you see any kind of questions you have for us or even for Corey. He'll be here for a little bit, so make sure you send your questions right now, right there on our Facebook page and on Twitter. So we'd love to hear from you. Once again, on our table, former UFC running back and founder of CB3 Athletics, we have Mr. Corey Boyd. Corey, how you doing, man?
Good. Thank you guys for having me. How's everything?
It's been great. It's good to have you. I remember watching you over the years.
Wow, seems so long ago.
Yeah,
man. Been over 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
How you feel, man?
I'm feeling good. Feeling healthy. Feeling like I can still get out there and do what I need to do. But I'm okay. I gave all that.
So what you been doing as of late since leaving UFC? I know a lot of people say, "Oh, Corey, I can't wait to see him again."
I've been doing a lot. I've been traveling. I played ball cross season CFL for about 4 years. Played in the NFL for 2 years. Seen the ups and downs of the business. And once I stopped playing, I decided to try to help people get a little bit better than what some of the local coaches better.
Now I know you been at UFC when Blue Host was there, of course.
Yes.
And I know you see Spurrier too.
Yes, sir.
So now I've been through 3 coaches so far since you've been gone. What you thought about this past season?
I think this season was a great look at what the future holds. We have great talent. We have great coaches that are there. I think Spurrier left the program at the right time to allow Muschamp to come in, bring his staff, and bring his swagger and flow to it. And the guys have been responding. So sky's the limit for the program. We're due for a SEC championship or a run at that national championship.
We're still praying. Why we hear that, Robbie? We're still praying.
Gotta have hope. Gotta have hope.
Gotta have hope. So tell us about CB3 Athletics.
Well, CB3 Athletics is a program that I created after I played ball in the CFL. It was like I heard God talk to me the same way I'm talking to you guys. I wanted to know what was my next step. I put everything into football my whole entire life, and I just wanted to make sure that the next part of my career would be something that's as long as football was for me. And I had a lot of young youth come to me and say, "Hey, coach, can you train me one-on-ones?" And I felt as though I couldn't give all of the young kids, what I needed to give them one-on-one. So I just went out and found the right business partners to help me put some things together. And we came up with CB3 Performance about 4.5 years ago in Canada. And unfortunately, my grandmother passed, and I had to relocate. And the best place I felt as though to come would be South Carolina. Football was, the #1 sport here. So, I got a team together. We rebranded, CB3 Performance to being what it is today, CB3 Athletics. And all we're looking to do is build guidance, to help the kids learn a little bit more fundamentally about the game that they're playing, and about their bodies, and about how to learn about the whole true process of being a football player. Not every athlete knows it. They pick up the ball and say, "I love the game," but the fundamentals, is what they need to focus a lot more on, and that gets you further along in the game.
Awesome.
Talk to us a little bit about your most memorable Gamecock moment.
Oh wow, I have so many.
I know I got some myself.
I have moments where being in the locker room, right before a game, and you can hear the stands starting to pile up. When you're out there pregame, you don't really get to see everybody. It's like, wow, are people really going to come to this game? And it's like in a split second, you can hear it. It's like a stampede. Everybody getting into their seats, getting ready for that 2001. And it's just, Cocky's in the cage. He's going crazy. The smoke. And
hey, I got to admit, though, I didn't know until like 2 years that how he gets to the cage.
I still don't know.
I found out
magic.
2 years ago.
It's magic. It's magic. But it's a great experience,
It's not matching no more now.
Tell it, Dan. Tell it.
No, I don't know. I'm not spilling that. I'll leave that alone.
Oh, yeah.
But I got to be here to find out.
All right, Corey, I want to ask you a little bit about the running game and the approach of the two different coaches. Lou Holtz, he's kind of known for wanting to pound the ball a little bit, play defense a little bit more, and Spurrier likes to throw it around a little bit more. So, what are your thoughts on that as far as Holtz having that reputation of running a little bit more, but Spurrier, he liked to dump it off to the backs too, and running and a quick screen game to the running backs. So your thoughts on that?
Well, it's tough. It's very tough when you're a runner that you like getting handoffs and pounding it in between the tackles and the guards. But he gave me a different approach, to the game, because he also let me go out the slot. I'm speaking about, and that helped me transition over into a Spurrier's offense where he wanted to fun and gun and more so draws and screens. I was kind of nervous at the beginning, because I'm coming from an environment where I had to touch the ball at least 25 times a game in high school just to get down here to South Carolina. And then when I got here, I came in with Demetrius Summers, who was one of the state's best running backs at the time, and we both were young, and I didn't know what to expect. Lou Holtz, we knew of him when he was at Notre Dame and what he could do there, but we didn't know if it would translate to the game that we were playing today. And I guess that's why we didn't have as much success. We were running, tackling, and playing 42 play scrimmages in practice. Just to build toughness. But that wasn't good on the body, and it wasn't sustaining for us for a long season. Then when Spurrier came in, it was a little bit better to make adjustments in the game, and he knew his personnel, and he was a players type coach. You know, as much people don't know it, but you know, he was very strict on perfection. You know, he was a perfectionist, and that's what helped me as far as my approach to the game is being more, fundamentally sound on those little things.
So you felt probably more fresh-legged when Spurrier was there?
Not at all, not really, because I've never really had that. Not putting my offensive line down. They were lovely. They got me where I am today, but I didn't have as good of a line as a Marcus Lattimore and or Mike Davis, but in the Spurrier's offense, we could spread it out and you could sneak a screen in there, a trick play in there, and you didn't have to work as hard because all you needed to do was be in the spot, and if you were there, the play would definitely make you look good. So in the Lou Holtz offense, it was more so you had to work for every bit of yardage and everything that you got.
What would it have taken for you if you were projected first round, for top 10 draft to come back this year?
Honestly, I was pressed on that situation my junior year. I had just came back from a year-long break, and that was my red shirt year, and I had a successful junior year. And it was like, man, should I go to college? The money is there, and I would say to every kid, just sit back and really think about what's more important. The education. Money is going to come. I've had millions. I've lost millions. Had millions again. But it's the mind. You can't take that education away from you. But on that field, that's what NFL stands for. It's not for long. And everybody needs to understand that. If you do get the chance to get drafted and have the opportunity to make millions, I wouldn't turn a kid down. But please remember the importance of the education. Go back, get your education, because money is going to come, it's going to go very fast. It's a currency. That's what it stands for. Continue to flow.
When we come back for this commercial break, we continue this conversation with Corey Boyd as we talk more about his USC time and also more about his CB3 athletics. So stay tuned right here on the Walk-Ons. So break.
I wasn't insinuating that.
Just make an observation.
Yeah, doing some comparisons.
Research.
I'll still go back to school.
It's iHeartRadio.
Because that $1 million is not really $1 million. It's probably half of that. Somebody else got their hands all in it. So by the time taxes and everything touch you, you sitting at regular status. A little bit above regular status.
The biggest artist on one.
So that's why we see, I guess what was the number 30 about that? So that's what it is.
What's up, family? It's your man,
A lot of kids just want to,
aka the Grown Man
they see their
Podcast.
goals and their
Major
dreams right there. You
announcement,
can't tell a
Our
kid
show
that
is moving
may have come
to
from
free
nothing.
Thankless
That
radio.
everything
That's
is
right,
right
streaming,
there.
downloads,
No, don't do
Facebook
it.
Live,
Wait a couple
YouTube,
more years, it'll
everywhere.
still be there.
Guess what? You see y'all.
Eminem said it best. You
Peace.
only get one shot, do not miss your chance. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Go after it.
There's so much associated with it too.
Yeah.
Fame, money,
Yeah.
to be able to do what you want to do.
But yeah, and that's the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Not being able to do it. Do what you want to do with it.
Sometimes being able to do what you want to do is the problem.
Yeah, that's when you get in a lot of trouble, because you put yourself in places that you ain't supposed to be, around people that you ain't supposed to be around, but because you got money now, it's like, I could do whatever I want. So it tests your morals, it's moral.
Welcome back to the Walk-Ons. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all that good stuff, and follow our website at www.freethinkersradio.com. You can see all of our past episodes and all of our other shows that's also on the network. So make sure you check that out and follow us on our podcasts on iHeartRadio and on iTunes. As once again, all of our episodes is on that also, from show number 1 all the way to now. So go ahead and give that a look, and make sure you share that with your friends and family, all that good stuff. Get the name out there as we're on all of our platforms. Once again, on our table today, we got Mr. Corey Boyd, former UC running back and founder of CB3 Athletics. Corey, now, like you said, with the season pass for USC, you saw how that went. What do you expect for USC future?
Nothing but greatness. We got a little quarterback controversy that may be stirred up, but that's college football. That's college football. with the new offensive coordinator coming in, we seen glimpses of the bowl game, what our offense could be coming back from the deficit that we had. We were able to put up some points. I think now we need to spread the ball out a little bit more. See what type of other wide receivers and playmakers we have. We know we have some good running backs. We know we have some good linemen. But we need to make sure that we have consistency with the quarterback and also with the wide receivers. Our defense have taken a great leap, from 2 years, even last year, to where we are now. And I think that's what's getting us the success, the defense. Defense has always been our strength at Carolina, but it wears a defense down when your offense can't put up as many points. And I think, with the young quarterbacks that we have coming in the program, they're fresh, they're open to running and doing other things that previous quarterbacks weren't able to do on our offense.
Yeah, if some of y'all still remember at the beginning of the show when it first started, I was going in on the psychology defense. Every player, even the middle name.
We went that for a couple of weeks. We was in that.
Yeah, but with the hiring of McClendon, you see once again the fast tempo that he's trying to institute. So with Jordan coming in,
a lot of RPO. I seen that was one thing that was missing in our offense. We were very bland. It was just you knew what we were going to do. No one really stepped up to the plate as much as we needed it to. In Carolina, we're used to having a big play receiver out there. May it be Alshon Jeffrey, or either Sidney Rice, or Ace Saunders, somebody that we can get the ball to and make some things happen. And when Sammy went down, it really showed that we were very young and that we needed some more playmakers to step in.
Question about Braden comment, that'd be great.
So you spoke a few minutes ago on the fundamentals.
Yes, sir.
Now the league is focused on safety and interest and things like that. Do you think those changing fundamentals have helped or hurt the sport itself? And does that affect how you train these young guys now?
I mean, well, you got to look at it on both sides. It hurts and it helps. It helps educate younger athletes on how to play the game correctly. And also, it hurts because we were all taught that this is a man's game. It's tough, Injuries are going to happen. Any football player that's playing this game, you have to be a little bit insane to continue to get up and put your body through those type of rigorous regimens and things of that nature in playing this game. So it hurts and it helps, but at the same time, it betters the game of football. Because it's not just about physicality. It's also about your mental as well and your spiritual. So to help kids understand that playing the game is a lot smarter, I think will help the longevity of careers in the game of football in general.
Awesome. Any other notable coaches that's also helping you with this league coming up?
Well, we have a whole bunch of young youth coaches that we were trying to reach out to help us with the program. We try to stay away from as much as the high school because we want the kids to enjoy their time with their high school coaches. But as far as the middle school and youth levels, we want to make sure that they get all of the fundamentals that they can, a little bit of advanced training as well, so that they can speak the same language as their high school coaches, so that when they get into the door, it's not a big transition for them. It's an easy transition for them, and that they can go out and just be themselves and play.
Awesome.
Now tell us about the location that you're holding these camps, and who all is welcome to come out.
Starting February the 3rd and the 4th, every weekend from 12 to 2, and from 2 to 4 we'll be at 903 Huger Street, Columbia, South Carolina, 29201, at Apex Athletic Performance. Space is running out. We're maxing out. Last year we had about 75 kids that participated in the program just in the Midlands. We just put up the post as far as registering about a week ago. We're already halfway there, halfway from 75. So it's filling up very quickly. So if you're in the Midlands area and you're looking to get your kids better, for 8 weekends strong on the off season winter program, we'll be at Apex.
Awesome. So all positions, not just running back.
All positions, all positions. One thing I always preach to all of the athletes is don't, just lock yourself into one position when you're young. Your body hasn't filled out yet, and it's so much that you can learn. Keep your feet, get versatile. Show your versatility. That's what most coaches want to see, even if you're an offensive lineman to a kicker.
And where can they register again?
They can register online at www.cb3athletics.com. On the home page, you can find the tab in the middle of the page.
Awesome. Well, we got a little bit of time here. We can talk about some NFL before you go.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. So, what do you thought about this year's playoffs so far? Of course, we're not used to seeing the Jaguars in there. We're not used to seeing the Eagles now. They usually be gone after the season.
I think the
ends.
Jinx will come back in at some point.
Who?
The Jinx, it's always something that Philly just can't get it right when it comes to championships in football. But I believe this year, they might shock a little bit, but they'll get to the championship.
Underdogs again. They've been riding the underdog role. They were
Who did
underdogs
they just
against
beat this week?
Atlanta.
Who did they beat?
Who, Eagles?
They beat Atlanta, right?
Yeah,
I did say Georgia's football was cursed, right?
yeah.
I said that last
believe
week, right?
so.
All right. Okay. Just want to make sure.
But
I think
know-
Atlanta's just a choke state right now.
Yeah,
when it
Georgia
comes to
Bulldogs.
football.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Georgia
Yeah.
Bulldogs. But the I'll tell you one thing, the Saints probably feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
You can see on the screen.
Yeah.
Now, Corey, you see that tackle form right there.
He was hitting the shoulder lean.
I will show you.
That's
what-
called a Ric Flair.
This the meme that I saw earlier. The Ray Lewis.
Wow.
The Ray Lewis entrance. And how he looking now.
Yo.
That's bad tackle form. Do you agree?
Yes, head down. That's perfect for teaching. They try to tell you to keep your head up and see what you hit. He didn't see what he was hitting.
He said in the interview that he was just going to make a big hit.
Yeah.
But apparently,
Young guy. He's young. He'll learn. But he's had a great year. Unfortunately, it came down to this last play that he'll be judged off of for a good while in his career. But I actually nodded off on this play because I thought it was over. I did.
I went to the kitchen, started cooking.
Yeah.
And then I see the end of this.
Yeah. My godson actually got up and walked out. He looked at me because we had a small little bet going on that his team would be playing someone else. He's an Eagles fan, so that's why
I'm
I
a
said
Panthers fan, so
I am too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dog. That's
Yeah,
what I'm talking
we need a lot of help. Cam needs a lot of help.
We need you to suit up. That's what we need.
Yeah, make it.
I suit up in the
you
coach's
played for the
uniform.
Bucks, but you're a Panthers fan, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we take that.
But the funny
Home field advantage.
But the
Player
funny part
person.
about it, I was always a Carolina fan growing up. And actually, I wish that I would have got drafted by them. But hey, Tampa came and called. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Divisional rival.
Oh yeah.
You can sign up for CB3 Athletics at cb3athletics.com. Is this your personal phone number on flyer?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Always.
803-636-5387. You can call Coach Boy, Corey Boy, to get signed up right here for CB3 Athletics. Corey Boy, thank you for coming, man.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Corey.
Coming up, we will interview Dan Scott Furman, play-by-play. So stay tuned right here to Walk On.
Having one job.
All right.
Something else, man.
I need his number right quick, actually. Actually, you go ahead and call. I can plug it up.
We got his flyers and stuff like that.
Huh?
Got his flyers information. I could have posted on the page.
Yeah, we can reach you.
Okay.
You got a picture and everything? We good?
Got it.
Boom.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
Cool.
Appreciate everyone.
Yes, sir.
No, I like this.
Oh, you got it.
Better than what I thought.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate it, man. We get in touch with you again. So,
Yes,
all right?
sir.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, man.
And the first call is Dan Scott.
Dan Scott.
Yes.
Be ready.
All right, have a good one. Thank y'all for coming. All right.
Appreciate it.
Hancock, great.
Hello.
Dan,
Yeah.
how you feeling, man?
I'm doing good, man. How are you guys?
Doing good. Free come back from commercial break, so stay right there, all right?
All right, cool.
We got Robbie, we got Chris, Dave, Beck.
Get the whole gang in the house, huh?
Yeah, half.
The ones that don't coach basketball.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, we're the football guys here. We on break now.
Work hard during high school game day.
I coach it all. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we can get you in that football too. And you know what? Welcome back to the show. Once again, follow our social media at Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Periscope, YouTube. Everything that's on the side, the left side and the right side. Go ahead and find us on the Walk-Ons Radio and comment throughout the night on Facebook. And make sure you follow our podcast on iHeartRadio and on iTunes. And visit our website at www.freethinkersradio.com. On the phone, we have Furman, play-by-play announcer for football announcer, should I say. Mr. Dan Scott. Dan, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. You guys are on more platforms than I am.
Well, come on to Columbia.
Trying
You gotta be on a little bit.
Trying to spread that propaganda.
That's right. Let the world know.
There you go.
Got that right.
So, Dan, what's been going on as of late up there in Furman?
Well, basketball season now, so broadcasting the men's basketball games. Off to a good start, 13-5 overall and 4-1 in the league. You guys know me. I'm just biding my time until baseball season gets here. So.
I think we're doing the same thing here since football is done now. So
you got a longer wait. You got a longer wait than I do.
Yeah, we do got a longer wait. I can look at track a little bit, I guess. And the Olympics is around the corner too, so I might want to look at that. But it's winter though.
So, you're a big Luge fan, huh?
Yeah. I support everybody else's sport.
Well, Dan, tell us about. This is Robbie, by the way. Tell us about this Connor Shaw coming into the getting this tight ends coaching position. I know he was a Greenville native, but was there any connections with the coaching staff, or is this something that he just pursued? I know he's a son of a coach, and he was real field general when he played the game, so he's probably a good fit there for Furman. But tell us what you know about his hiring.
Yeah, well, first of all, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but he was a pretty good player.
Oh, yeah. We love him.
Well, you should because he was the guy at the helm of really South Carolina's glorious, the best years they've ever had as a program. And what's exciting about that, as you guys know, he's a better person than he ever was a quarterback. And I think that's what makes him a good fit for Furman staff. Clay Hendricks has put together a staff here that is stacked with good football coaches, but it's stacked with better people. And I think he's going to fit right in. Matter of fact, he's already fit right in. I know that Bob Ritchie, the basketball coach, had Connor over late last week talking to his basketball team about things like leadership. Had him speaking to the team in front of the group in their team meeting room. So he's already being used by other sports on campus. That's the kind of guy he is. And officially he's only been hired for a little over a week. They wait till they announce these things until they get everything checked. But we're excited to have him. I think he's going to be a great addition to the staff.
Yep, Dan, and just recapping the Furman season. Last time we had you on, they were getting ready to play the Citadel, and we didn't know whether they were going to secure the playoff berth. They did get the playoff berth, go up to Elon. And
we don't want to hear about no Citadel.
Oh, no. Don't tell me we got a Bulldog in the house.
It's just bad memories. Bad memories as a Gamecock fan.
You got beat by a Bulldog. I got you.
That's a curse word. Yeah.
But yeah, they do go on and beat Elon, and they end up bowing out to Wofford in what turned out to be Mike Ayers' last win. But tell us about how year one went at Furman with the new coach there, and how pleased Furman is with their situation with football right now.
I mean, it was just phenomenal. It was fun to see this program playing games that mattered late in the season, and to see the fan base respond. I mean, guys have to understand. I just wrapped up my 7th football season as a play-by-play voice here, and I hear stories about the old days and the glory days, and even through the early and middle part of the 2000s when they were still bringing in really really good crowds. Or the 2016 season now, we only topped 6,000 people, I think, one time at Paladin Stadium. But as this year went on, people really started to take notice of what was going on. Our last home game against the Citadel, we had a crowd of up over 10,000, which was really good, and I think we're set up for bigger and better things next year. I mean, for our school, our level, having a crowd like that is good, and our stadium seats 16. So we were happy with it and got bigger and better things going. But it's just great to see the way the fans responded. It was great to see the way the players responded to this coaching staff. I think when I was on with you the last time, we may have broached it a little bit. The team started off 0-3, but nobody really panicked. And once they got rolling, man, they ran off 7 wins in a row, counting that Citadel win, before falling in the last regular season game down at Samford. But to be back in the playoffs, this is where they feel like they belong. And it was a great first year. And now, we joke, all you got to do is go out and do it again.
Right. Awesome.
Well, tell us about one of the big rivals there that knocked them out, Walford. They lose Mike Ayers. How about their new coach? What's that going to look like, that rivalry going forward?
Try to make it in 20 seconds.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because he's coming in. He's been on Wofford's staff, but he's coming in and looks like he's going to make a lot of changes. I mean, they've had some other coaches leave, and he said that he was more open to doing some different things offensively than Mike had done before, and Mike had created a great little niche there. So I'll be interested to see how that works out.
You can catch Dan Scott Show 1580 WDAB and on his Facebook Live at Dan Scott Show 33. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, man. No problem, guys.
Come on, next we got Player Spotlight. Stay tuned right here on Walk-Ons.
Dan, the question off there. I didn't want to ask you to be kind of
Dan
because when it came down because they secured that win over Furman like by 40.
Yeah,
they played Citadel that day, but they kind of fell off these past 3 games. I'm trying to figure out if they
Citadel just like that.
Wofford put 3 20-point scores on them. They shot the lights out.
You're talking about basketball. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about basketball.
Okay.
We're talking about here.
Oh, okay.
That's how I was looking at this season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Player Spotlight and that's sport. They was just going straight through it. No pictures.
I'm sorry. I still ain't got it.
My bad, guys.
I just saw myself out the corner of my eye. I was like, hey.
Bigger screen.
If y'all know, we got a nice new setup here. You see, we got the new screen there. We upgrade. This is what a year does to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
18.
Looking for more to come. Make sure you follow us on our Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. I gotta say it again. We not have to break. Welcome back.
Say it 2 times.
Oh yeah, I said it 2 times. Welcome back to the Walk-Ons radio show. As you can see, we got Dave Pendergrass, founder of Free Thinkers Radio. He's having a great time here, as we love to have him. Follow us on all of our social platforms, website, www.freethinkersradio.com, and make sure you follow us on podcasts at iHeartRadio and on iTunes. Something new that we're going to do starting this year, as Dave continues to dance throughout the whole ordeal. Yeah, I know it'll be all right. But something new we're going to start this year. We're going to do the player spotlight throughout the whole entire season. So what we're going to do is just highlight a player each and every week who stands out. Who's been doing great things, not just here in South Carolina, but it'll be here all over. It could be in North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Virginia. As long as y'all keep on tuning in, it'll be all right. But this week, we're going to feature Miss Ashley Wright. She's from Carter Newman. She's the 8th grader. She is 6'2", and she the one that dunks.
Somebody
Yeah.
Doing great things.
Yeah. and she's being looked at by USC, and she's been featured on ESPN. She's been on numerous shows because she can dunk. She's 11-year-old, now 13, who can dunk now. She's in 8th grade. And she was interviewed by the state, and she said, "I'm just trying to play to my full potential and play like I know I could play hard every game." So she sounds like she got the right mindset to continue on throughout her basketball career. Right now, she's averaging 14.7 points and 12 rebounds for the Cardinals. And Miss Ashlyn Watkins, there we go, I had the name wrong the first time. Ashlyn Watkins from Cardinal, 8th grader. She is the player spotlight for this week. So congratulations to her as she continues her basketball career at Cardinal. As you can see, she is very athletic.
Yeah,
very tall. She
does not look like an 8th grader.
No, she don't. But I can see she could probably be another Asia Wilson when she graduates, probably.
I can't imagine being a little.
Intimidated, right?
Yeah, just look at her. She's struggling. She's struggling. But Ashlyn Watkins, congratulations for being this player spotlight.
Excited to see big things from her in the future.
Now it's time for the last board. Let's get started with that. What we got today?
All right, so we're gonna start off with this Clippers Rockets fiasco from last night. As I was saying earlier, Trevor Ariza wanted all the smoke from anybody who was willing to get there.
A great night of basketball.
Exactly. Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King was all about peace.
But of all days.
Hold on, but 11 games they had in the NBA yesterday. 21 techs, 5 ejections. So y'all was playing like Malcolm yesterday. Nobody became like any kind of peace
Malcolm
yesterday. That's Malcolm Luther King Day.
And what about Chris Paul going through the back way?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
act like I don't know.
I'm still trying to figure out
Look.
where was security all this.
I'm about to get LAPD had to get called.
Stand around
Somebody gets it.
surprised.
So there's a secret corridor between the visiting and home locker rooms at the Staples Center. Like a lot of players usually get out the back without the media or whatever. So they devised a plan. They sent Clint Capella to the door of the Clippers, to the front door, and then you got the other door. Here comes Chris Paul, Trevor Ariza, Gerald Green, ready to go.
Yeah.
Ariza been trying to get at Austin Rivers all game long. Austin Rivers over here talking trash the whole time. So hey, Ariza's like, "Yo, I'm still going over here." So Chris Paul was like, "Okay, I got you back. I'm still going with you, but you're the president of Players Association. Yeah. So you gonna schedule a meeting with yourself to talk about your conduct? Well, you gonna postpone this diversity meeting? Like, what are we doing right now?"
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So it's a little problematic. So they had that. They end up
What
calling
good is having a job if you can't do that?
Exactly.
Right?
I mean, you got people in other kind of offices just take advantage of it too. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. LAPD had to get called in. I think that was a little extreme. Nobody there was really about that life except Trevor Ariza and probably Patrick Beverly.
I don't know. I think they really do want to fight, but on the court, they know what that fine's like. That fine kind of holds the hand.
But this is the first time this has happened, so like, there's really no precedent set for it. So now it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
I still try to figure out how to get to the back door.
It's the back door locker room. The same media.
You send Clint Capella to the front, so you distract everybody, and we come in through the back.
That's it.
It's just like if you pull a kick on real life.
See, look,
same concept. So anyway,
that's
misdirection.
What else?
Called the pick and roll, man.
Simone Biles has been added to a list of over 100 athletes. 100 athletes who was assaulted. Well, it's a sexual assault accusation against Larry Nassar.
Yeah, he's a scumbag. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very interesting to see what's going to happen. They're going to trial next Tuesday. Some of his accusers are going to get to face him.
I know a lot of people saying that, why should so hard to say something? If you understand what's been going on, this takes a lot for somebody just to admit somebody did something to them.
A lot of them signed disclosure.
Yeah.
So legally, you couldn't say much because you had already signed off on a disclosure. But he's gonna have to face a lot, or they're gonna get to confront him for the first time. And again, it's over 100.
But if you look at the whole Me Too movement in general, like, there's a lot of people are coming back from things that happened years later. Like, you can't really put a timetable on when somebody like that's on. It shouldn't happen in the first place. So
no.
Yeah, the whole timetable argument. I'm not down with none of that.
If it happened, period, I don't care when it happened.
Why'd he slapped you? Why'd you take 15 minutes to punch him back? Because that's what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about?
You can't tell the victim how to feel. Like, no.
Yeah, but this seeing the details of what this guy did just to special treatment, all that was unnecessary, of course. Yeah. And he's gonna get what he deserves. He's gonna die in prison. And I'm pretty sure it'll be some guys waiting for him. Say, hey, I can't really give you that special treatment.
Right.
You know, show you what you did to the girls.
I wonder if any of the parents knew ahead of time. You know,
I don't know. Probably not.
That's why if I got
Simone Biles people ain't know. Her people ain't know from where she. Yeah, Simone Biles don't look like her people knew.
That's scary.
Her people knew this would be on the news long ago.
Right.
For a body.
Right. No.
Hey, this happened now. Alright.
Coming up next, we got Keeping It Real with Coach Fry. So make sure you stay tuned for that. He will tell what is on his mind, and I'm pretty sure Dave Pendergrass will let him talk to him too. It's been a while since
In a minute.
So stay tuned right here on the Walk-On.
We doing that.
Yes.
Yeah, he was just calling. I told him I was going to call at a specific time.
He don't want you to miss out. He want to make sure he here.
76-68 right now.
Hello?
3:22
Coach Fry,
left.
What's up?
you still in Maryland?
Hey, I'm still on.
Coach.
Hey, is Clemson beating Chapel Hill?
No.
I'm on the road.
No.
76-68 Chapel Hill.
76-68.
Yeah, North Carolina.
3:22 to go.
It's going to be 0-59 now, I believe. Everybody else on Facebook, I know USC and Kentucky about to play in about 7 minutes. As soon as we get done with the show, I'm dipping out because I want to see that game.
We got an on-the-scene reporter, Gary Gamble.
USC and Kentucky.
That's what I'm doing. I'm on my way.
So how far are you from Columbia?
No, I'm right here over in Irmo. I'm headed over there. Okay.
Cool. Gosh. Welcome back to the show. Make sure you follow us on all of our social platforms. Visit our website at www.freethinkersradio.com and visit our podcast on iHeartRadio and on iTunes. And you can see all the episodes from beginning to now. So make sure you share, make sure you listen, and make sure you find us at the Walk-Ons Radio on the phone as usual. At every time we end the show, we got Mr. Coach Fry. Coach, how you feeling, man?
I'm keeping it real, man. Martin Luther King yesterday, one of my frat brothers, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. He an alpha. You know, but we had to do something yesterday, and we got to keep doing it all year long. Service. Athletics is something we watch, but what kind of service do we give? How many athletes doing something for their community?
Yeah.
You know, how many of these former players or how many of these guys who used to bounce the ball, they still going to the gym to watch little kids? But they are not mentoring them. Hey,
We had Corey Boyd on today. He's one of the good ones out there mentoring right now.
He out there, showing them the steps.
That's it.
CB3 Athletics.
Yes, we had Corey Boyd. He talked about his CB3 athletics program, and it seems like he got from what we know Corey Boyd as before to now, like he came a long way, and we love to see what he's doing now as for his program.
Well, I'm glad Corey's out there giving back. You know, sometimes we there's a slogan that listening is a key to not having to have experience. Cheap experience is worth hard. Cheap listening is worth hard experience.
Right.
So if all of us listen, we don't have to go through experience. But we have to go ahead and pass that experience, and I'm thinking Corey's passing that experience on to these young guys as a mentor. So I and myself, man, I done made enough mistakes that I got a lot of things to tell people to listen to.
Hey, Coach. A question here. So we were talking about a lot of the talk yesterday was about the, of course, some people their thoughts about the Kaepernick situation in comparison to the Martin Luther King and the actions of Martin Luther King in his protest, right? And on that same day that we're having that conversation, Chris brought up that we had about 15 fights in the NBA yesterday. Are we, are we figuring this thing out yet? I mean, because the propaganda has to continue to move in the right direction, right?
It was not a good show, as I should say, last night with all them fights.
21 texts and 5 ejections.
Of course, you want to see intensity, you want to see aggressiveness, but that was a lot. Yeah, I do know, and Coach Five, I know this, Robbie. Back in NBA years and NFL years, stuff like that was like intense, and we wanted to see that. Nowadays, more stuff is more strict, so I guess we pay more attention to it now, but
there's more fines, there's more suspensions than it used to be back in the 70s.
This year was crazy though. That was a lot for one day.
One of the refs is going to end up getting hit. I'm telling you. They're playing this game too much. It's going to happen.
But of course, yesterday was Martin Luther King Day, and
that's not the dream.
That's not the dream. Definitely not the dream.
Martin was here for.
Coach Wright, what do you think about that?
Well, I don't think we can even associate things like athletics as entertainment. Martin meant for us to have opportunities in other places other than sports, but not to exclude sports. So when I see young people acting out in an entertainment way, I think more yesterday of something was what happens on the NAACP awards. But what good things occurred? I think Martin would be more interested in how we bring attention to those things, because with 21 people fighting in the NBA, hopefully 21 people didn't shoot each other yesterday. There are so many things that go good when we give them in service. That was entertainment. That was a way for someone to bring exposure, and it's not even going to bring attention to the league. In fact, it's going to cause more people not to watch the league. So hopefully, the NBA and all of the players in the league can get together and say, you know what, we got to make something more attractive so that more people will watch, because those are the kind of things that cause the sport not to gain an audience. You can see that crap on a playground.
Right. True. Yeah, we just saw a Facebook comment. There was a fight that was about to happen just now. I don't know what game it was, but it seems like everything's trying to happen.
Well, but now I'd have to say, I wonder what the GPA was whenever they was going to college. Were they interested, or were they first time leavers? Did they get in line and understand that in the 8th grade that you had to try to become a civil human being, or were they thinking, well, I'm going to the league? I think some of our mentorship is about how good we can make you play and how quick, and can everybody 5 foot 4 inch tall make it to the league and be Muggsy Bogues. But they're not. See, we need to be mentoring them as, can you go and what kind of service can you give? That was to be more about Martin yesterday. How many of them would have taken a day off yesterday or made their check to where it would help recreation and parks and recreation? I think if you had them thinking that way before they went in the game, that they would have been in the locker room saying, what are we going to do with our bonus check? And they would have not acted out that way. So I think the people on the bench and the people in the front office got to put things in place that call on a Martin Luther King Day that brings attention and brings the minds of those young men to thinking, we are role models and examples, and how do we help our community? So I don't blame the young men as much as I blame the environment you put people in.
All right, last question, man. South Carolina's chances, Zion.
I don't think you can comment on that one, though. Coach K.
I can't talk about recruit.
Oh, okay, guys.
What about Bryce Bourne, though? Brian Bourne, he's here now. What do you think about Brian Bourne being at USC now?
Hey, look, I ain't seen him play.
He's a mid-dons All-American. It means something.
5-star.
5-star.
You know what? You know what you talk about a recruit is in the after their 4th season or the 3rd season. They talk about the young men that led us to the Final Four. When they were here in the first few years, we should have made 2 times to the NCAA playoffs. They were delivering. So 5 stars don't count until they a 5-star player on a college level.
True.
So I don't evaluate the X's and O's until they show up as Johnny's and Joe's.
Well,
you good?
What USC got to do to pull this out tonight? Real quick.
Stay aggressive. Don't back off. Don't be men against them. Right now, those one-shot guys, one and done, they don't want to be physical because they protecting their careers. So that nasty defense that Coach Frank Martin teaches our people, if they get nasty out there and that we get the rocking in there, them cats gonna save it for next year in the NBA.
Awesome. From the table, Bobby, Chris, me, Megan, and the owner of Free Things Radio, Dave Pendergrass. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We'll see you on next week. See you soon. Coach Fry, man, thank you for calling in.
Keep it real and watch some track and field. Talking to you from Coach Fry.